What's up, Harlem? I'm Thad.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this is HNN.
Last year, Harlem created a new school schedule that featured shorter lunches.
Here's Marcos with more.
Every day, it seems like lunch periods get shorter and shorter. We barely have time to eat and talk to friends. Let's go to our principal to see why they made lunches so short.
A lot of times, a 30-minute lunch is pretty much all you need. We had students who, after about 30 minutes, they were kind of ready to go to class, running out of things to do. And we thought it would be more beneficial to have students in front of teachers as opposed to just sitting in the lunchroom. Right now, the way that our lunches are structured, obviously we can't do a lunch and a study hall in 30 minutes.
Some students do not have time for homework and studying at home because of their jobs and sports. Let's ask a student to see his opinion on using lunches as a study hall.
I personally like the longer lunches more than these short ones because it was time for me for during the day, all the hard work, I could sit down and relax. I could do my homework if I forgot to do it the other day or catch up on stuff. It's a good time to study before tests.
It's obvious students don't like shorter lunch periods. Will we ever go back to longer lunch periods in the near future?
Well, can never say never. It's not something that's on my radar for the next year. But again, with comments from staff and students, it's definitely something to consider.
This year, our school district started to introduce standard-based grading into our classrooms.
Here's Ryan for more.
Since the start of this school year, standard-based grading has been a controversial change to Harlem's grading system. We asked a number of students to weigh their opinion on this change.
I do personally believe that it does harm more students than it does help.
I think they should have started it with underclassmen.
I feel like it should be 100-0 if I'm understanding it very well. I feel like I shouldn't have to turn in homework.
The new grading system hasn't only impacted students, but teachers as well. Here's Mr. Lucian for his thoughts.
It's had me look at and reevaluate what I'm doing in the classroom and making sure that everything that I do has a correlation to the summative. I think initially it's a challenge for the students because they've got to get used to a new system. As they get used to it, they're going to work through that system and eventually it's going to help them. I see students realizing the connection between the homework that they need to be doing outside of class with the final assessment, the essay or the test or quiz, whatever they're doing, right? They're making those connections, which is something they didn't make before. So they're actually seeing the steps of learning happening.
Let's take our investigation to the administrative side. Here's Mr. Boyce with more insight on our grading system.
We're moving more toward a standards-based grading system. We've removed things out of your grade like practice and attendance and participation because those aren't really showing what you know or what you're able to do. Those are part of the process of learning. The purpose of the new grading system is to make sure that we're reporting an accurate assessment of what you know and what you're able to do. This will much more accurately describe how you're doing in class. The practice is very important because without the practice you're not going to get to that final product. So we definitely have concerns that we're working through. We want to hear how it's impacting students, we want to hear how it's impacting teachers, and we want to make sure that we're creating a supportive environment for everybody. Communicate with your teachers, spend time talking to your teachers. The best way to handle any of that discomfort is to talk about it, communicate it, and then we can work on a plan to work through it. But just to not like it is just the first step. You need to figure out why and then what you're going to do about it. And a lot of that is going to involve communication with your teachers.
The math team is starting up and needs the best and brightest to join.
Here's Ms. Hoffbauer for more.
The math team really helps you to be ready for things like the ACT because you get to review all the stuff you did other years. And we're looking especially for sophomores who would like to review their geometry if you're in Algebra 2 this year. It's all about the details, which is really good practice for taking standardized testing as well. So it's a pretty low time commitment activity to join, and then you can can put it on your scholarship applications and your college applications. So it's a good deal. And we feed you all the time, lots of fun snacks and good stuff. If you are on a team competition, some of them are timed, some of them are you work with partner, some competitions you use calculator, some you don't. We have lots of different things. Most of the times a competition is about 3 hours, and we only have 3 competitions total. There's one at Hononegah, one at Rockford University, and then regionals at Rock Valley College. When you go to a math competition, you take a test. It's pretty hard, but if you get 5 or 6 questions right, we're really excited. The biggest thing is to practice the kind of questions that they're going to ask. You know, we practice these trickier questions. We learn lots of little tricks that you don't necessarily learn in your math class. The most important thing for math contest is really rereading the question and making sure you're answering what it asks for, because they're tricky. So they might have you do 2 different kinds of problems and then add the answers together or something weird like that. Practices are Monday after school for sophomores and Tuesday mornings for juniors and seniors, and Fridays after school. We have 2 new coaches. We have Miss Munger at the 9th grade campus, and we have Miss Gupta joining us this year. We hope some of you will come by and give math team a shot.
That's the show, Harlem.
Be sure to like our Facebook page
And follow us on Twitter, HNN1516.
and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Harlem News Network.
Have a great day, Harlem.